get this deranged woman.
Philippines President Corazon Aquino today delayed the start of negotiations over U.S. military bases in her country. As Taylor Henry reports, the American role against the recent coup attempt has heightened controversy over the U.S. presence.
He finds his point. He's just not a great pure 15-footer. Dumars creates there and knocks it down. What Joe's doing right now is he's making Denver pay for having Michael Adams out on the floor.
Buy Me That with host Jim Fife. Monday on HBO.
So watch it with your kids.
Cinemax in December. More movies, more choice.
The end of the Cold War. For the first time on American television, Soviet Foreign Minister Edward Shevardnadze joined Leslie Stahl from Moscow on CBS News' Face the Nation.
Sinus medicine has you sleepwalking through your day. Get Sudafed Sinus. It's not aspirin pain reliever and fast-acting decongestant give you fast sinus relief. That won't put you fast asleep.
Would you hang around a friend who took your money, beat you up, left you confused, and let you down when you needed them? Well, then what are you hanging around drugs for?
Inside Edition, tonight at 7:30, only on WXII.
In the 80s, Honda became known for its reliable, feature-filled cars.
You ready, Dad?
I love this car.
But today, the 90s begin with the new Geo Prism, the quality sedan with 16-valve performance. Prism is designed for years of carefree driving, with more of the features and little extras that make life easier, so you know you'll be friends for a long time. Get to know the new Geo Prism at your Chevrolet Geo dealers.
Fuji videotape. Its only limitation is... Fuji videotape is... Fuji videotape. Its only limitation is... Fuji videotape! Its only limitation is your own imagination!
Scratch quality? It's easy as pie. Nothing says lovin' like my already pie crust. Woo-hoo!
This is the part. Oldsmobile now offers roadside assistance around the clock, even in places where there aren't any clocks. The Oldsmobile Edge, there's nothing else like it.
Bob Pasella, Headline Sports. The Miami Dolphins are in the driver's seat to secure their first playoff berth since 1985. Last night at Joe Robbie, the Dolphins took apart New England 31-10 to move into a first-place tie in the AFC East with the Bills. Sammy Smith scored 3 times. Now, should Miami win its final 2 games, it's at least assured of a wild card spot and perhaps the division title.
When you've got diarrhea, you can take this. And when you're in real trouble, now you can choose maximum strength Pepto-Bismol.
Today, some women will leave for work looking like they just stepped out of a salon. Select the personalized combination of shampoos and conditioners you need for salon beautiful hair.
Mission.
Gotta stick to the routine.
That could end it all.
I'm going in, cover me!
Tour of Duty. Next.
Frazier. Connecticut Senator Christopher Dodd announced today that the Salvadoran government is deporting jailed American church worker Jennifer Casolo. She was accused of hiding weapons for leftist rebels. Senator Dodd said the evidence was not enough to prosecute her. The Jerusalem Post says East Germany is getting ready to pay reparations to victims of Nazi war crimes, with an announcement expected late in January on the 45th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. More news later.
Rekindles an old flame.
Let's not talk ugly. We're too beautiful for that.
Will sparks fly?
You always could turn a phrase.
And a stomach.
Neil Hart.
Ball down. The kick is on the way. The kick is good. He made it. He made it. He made it. The Packers win.
There was some celebration last week.
Well, the biggest casualty was the team chaplain. They say when the field goal went through, he jumped and severed his Achilles tendon. But
according to the latest estimates,
Earth will soon be inhabited by more than 5.2 billion people. Where will they all fit?
Adam Curry with you, playing back an hour and a half of the music you absolutely liked the most, because these are the videos that you called in and voted for. And back on the chart at number 14, it's Janet Jackson. Here's Rhythm Nation.
He's a doctor with a great bedside manner. Is he crazy in love or just plain crazy? Doctor, Monday.
Cougar's supercharger takes in 300 cubic feet of air per minute. So you'll just love taking in the scenery. Cougar. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
Robert De Niro, Sean Penn. Some booze and some bras in this country can just fight. We're No Angels, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, December 15th at theater.
Villages to survive when day turns into night. But just keep telling yourself it's only a video game. It's only a... Huh?
This is Dennis Michael with the Hollywood Minute. The Yellow Brick Road is crossing the wall. The Wizard of Oz will be shown for the first time in an East German movie theater next week. The movie was released first in 1939, the year war broke out in Europe. Turner Entertainment, the movie's contemporary owner, has loaned the film to the U.S. Information Agency for the showing.
Uses a little water bug. He's only 5'10". Inside Rollins for the layup. Dennis has a couple of...
You're the woman that I love.
If he doesn't own it, he'll buy it.
You're pregnant.
If it can't be bought,
I want this child.
he'll take it.
She's gone! Without a word!
He's come for her.
Beauty and the Beast. It's not a fairy tale anymore. Tuesday.
Sunday night, the polar bear, the great white king of the north, until man hunted them to the brink of extinction. Now men hunt to save the polar bear on Explorer, 9 p.m. Eastern on TBS.
That's sick. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
A real-life Grinch is apparently at work in the Bay Area. 3 bombs have been left in department stores. 1 has gone off. We'll tell you what stores are doing to try to make Christmas shopping safe.
It's holiday time. It's movie time. I'll review a new film for adults who like black comedy, and also one for the kids.
Who is that kid with the Oreo cookie?
This isn't an Oreo. It looks like fudge.
We dumped all the crunchy cookies. We dumped all the creamy middles. The fudge can't hide the kid inside when you're eating an Oreo.
Deal of concern about pesticides on fresh fruits and vegetables. The healthiest way to clean them after this.
No matter how you top it, there's no way a microwave will take the crunch out of a Triscuit. No way. Triscuit in the microwave stays crunchy no matter what.
60 Minutes goes past the barbed wire and the guard dogs to visit a place none of us ever imagined we would see. A Russian labor camp for political prisoners. Sunday.
Down with it, red eye. Down with it, red eye.
In response to popular demand, we proudly introduced the Nikon Teletouch 300, a totally automatic dual-lens camera that significantly reduces red eye.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
You're speeding, I can see it.
Monday, when the crew's on strike, can Murphy serve up a settlement?
You're not leaving here until we can come up with a deal and until that cake is gone, and I mean every crumb.
Murphy Brown.
Your news now on MTV News at Night. 30 minutes of music. Interviews with artists.
You know, I never thought it was really good, but I do think I'm getting better.
Good videos. And Kurt Loder.
Waiting for the Rolling Stones to take the stage.
All in one place, every Monday through Thursday, 8:30, 7:30 Central. MTV News at Night.
On Designing Women, has Suzanne become too much of a good thing?
I'll admit I have put on a few pants here and there, but you all act like I should be ordering fabric over at Georgia Tent and Awning.
Monday.
Dan Aykroyd's a snob, John Candy's a slob. But Mother Nature's about to make them equals as this mismatched pair heads for the great outdoors next on HBO.
While you may be tempted to use soap to make sure your fruits and vegetables are as clean as they can be, the U.S. Department of Agriculture says don't do it. According to the USDA, soap leaves its own residue on foods, and it's possible, though no one's certain, that the soap can be more harmful to you than whatever you're trying to wash off. The USDA's advice, wash your fresh fruits and vegetables with just plain water. Use a vegetable brush if you want to get them extra clean. I'm Dr. Bob Arnott for Health Watch.
It was a decision that could backfire on the Bush administration and Philippine President Corazon Aquino. The decision to provide U.S. air cover for Philippine government troops putting down the latest military rebellion against Aquino.
Mark Aguirre had 9 in the third quarter. Isaiah Thomas with the 18. Aguirre hits the shot.
The right move for you. Working or play, nighttime or day. Make all the right moves. You and BK's get off. Get up and leave.
British Knights at your favorite store.
Who was my toughest opponent? The man I look at in the mirror every day because he's hard to deal with. That's my toughest.
WWF Primetime Wrestling on USA. Tonight at 9.
Took the wrong turn at Opelika.
Well, now, you took it with me, Miss Daisy. And you got the man.
Security advisor Brent Scowcroft and other U.S. officials are briefing Japanese leaders today on their visit to China. Sources say Washington and Tokyo have agreed to coordinate their policies toward the Beijing government. Scowcroft's surprise visit to China has distressed critics who are still angry about the Tiananmen Square massacre.
Behind these numbers is a puzzle. Can you solve it? Car plus bond. Cop plus P. Car, bond, cop, T. Carbon copy. If you can do that, you could win a brand new car.
What kinds of things do you do to meet new friends? Sometimes I meet new friends through other friends.
When I try to meet new friends, I just try to be myself.
I just go up to them and say, "Hi, I'm Rachel. What's your name?"
Gem is glamour.
He's like some kind of fairy tale.
Gem is romance.
I like that.
Gem is adventure.
Hang in there!
Gem is on USA. Today at 6, 5 Central.
That's why we're into Style Magic Barbie. Only Style Magic Barbie doll has wonderful curl hair that curls a special way. The neatest styles that really stay. We're into Barbie. We're into Barbie.
Today, the four allies that defeated Nazi Germany held their first meeting in Berlin since 1971. As a result of post-war treaties, the U.S., the USSR, France, and Britain still retain a substantial say in the future of Berlin. After today's meeting, the Soviets expressed interest in reducing East Berlin's international isolation. But the Kremlin is still voicing opposition to the bigger question of reuniting the two Germanys.
Duel in Denver. The Giants, fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, battle the AFC West champion Broncos. An interconference clash of titans tomorrow.
The good, the bad, and the tacky. It's People's Best Yet Best and Worst Dressed special issue. A happy disaster, a royal pleasure, a classically boring macho look. This week, putting on the glitz. People, that's what we're all about.
From season to season.
It's not a Christmas present.
Oh, no.
Well, go on, open it up.
Well, look at that. Ain't nobody never given me that book before, Miss Daisy.
Michael Kip.
She began her response before our buzzer, so we will have to consider it. Is it, why are you burying your head in your hands?
I don't know.
Sit up.
That's what it is.
What do you mean that's what it is?
That's what it is.
How do you know?
Sir, I'll show you in a minute.
Is it? Back off, Gene. Oh, that's right. You've got those other shows, so we can't threaten you. Is it microchip? Well, now you can say it is. Come on, let's go.
The people of Czechoslovakia are raising their voices in celebration today. Bells are ringing in Prague and other cities to mark the end of the communist 41-year domination of the Czechoslovakian government.
Breakfast of bargains. Buy one 14-ounce box of new Batman cereal. Got a second box free with Jewel's coupon.
Take a new look.
Enjoy savings on Tropic.
Trials are tomorrow, Tony.
You'll be ready, but let's start with a complete breakfast, including my Frosted Flakes. They bring out the tiger in you.
She's no good.
Good. They're good.
You show them you're a tiger. Show them what you can.
Come on, tiger.
Taste of Tony's Frosted Flakes. Bring out the tiger in you.
And my prized possessions. Limited edition Tony the Tiger holograms.
Totally 3D.
Kellogg's Frosted Flakes holograms.
I simply must have one.
Quayle plans to lobby the United Nations later today. During a speech in New York last night, Quayle said a UN resolution declaring Zionism as a form of racism should be repealed. Zionism, the idea that Jews are entitled to a homeland, was the movement which led to the formation of Israel. The vice president says he'll make his appeal directly to the UN Secretary General.
Figures here. Isaiah got it again. A three. Doug's got to get a timeout soon. 104.93 Detroit.
I can't control traffic jams on the Ike, but I can control what I drive. I looked at the imports. Talk about high prices and not a lot of value. Then my Ford dealer showed me Ford Escort. It handles great and I saved a bundle on options like power steering, air conditioning, AM/FM cassette. Now that's value.
Right now, save up to $1,400 on new 1990 Ford Escort.
On this program, and I've said this many, many times in the past, it helps if you practice, and probably the best way to practice, if you can't tape every show and study it carefully and work out at home with some kind of a little signaling device so you can shout out things, is to get the home version of the classic concentration game. That'll help you, believe me. I've never lied to you before. Once. But you deserved it that time. You guys ready to play game number 2?
Not to be driving anything the way you see.
How you know how I can see less than you can look out my eyes.
And touched each other's hearts.
Hoke,
Yes.
you're my best friend.
Morgan Freeman, Jessica Tandy, Dan Aykroyd, Driving Miss Daisy.
Resolution would state that Zionism is not and never has been a form of racism. Furthermore, we would declare...
Isaiah with a steal. 3 on 2. Dumars inside for 2. Pistons lead by 14.
The point of you mentioned, Green Bay is the first team in the history of the NFL to win 4 games by a point in a year. Tampa Bay has been involved in 3 in a row. No team has ever done that. 50% of the games this year have been decided by a touchdown or less. 26% of the games this year by a field goal or less. So this is the most competitive, when you look at the scores, of any season in NFL history.
The way it was designed. And we're going to continue live in just a moment.
The best time on TV, HBO.
Coors Light and Major Indoor Lacrosse present the Silver Bullet Challenge. This Friday night at the Hartford Civic Center. The New England Blazers versus the New York Saints. If you like your sports hard-hitting, bone-crushing, no holds barred, you will love indoor lacrosse.
Part of the fine silver collection furnished by the Michael C. Pina Company and a 27-inch color TV. Panasonic's 27-inch stereo monitor receiver has full-function remote control with learning capabilities to control other electronic equipment in your home. Furnished by Panasonic. And this prize package totals $1,650.
All the bounty hunters. There's a whole bunch of them wandering around out there.
Any of you under the misapprehension that you'll get bonuses for intentionally injuring or deliberately crippling another player, forget it.
There's a $200 bounty on Luis Zendejas. And a $500 bounty on Troy Aikman. We had no cheap shots. An Eagles coach and 2 Eagles players confirmed.
He owes it to me and the Eagles to apologize.
I really don't have a lot of respect for him.
The best time on TV. HBO.
16 points in this quarter. This is the highest scoring team in the NBA. They've done it to. Isaiah sticks another. He has 25.
The T plus the O for tall, the N, these, add plus hell is the saddle. Tall in the saddle.
I love the way after you explain it, you just stand here kind of sheepishly as if to say, I'm sorry I won it, but give me my prizes. We'll give them to you in a moment. Carlton, we've got to say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. Take care.
Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for the much-anticipated rematch between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Air condition check. I told you to have the air condition check.
I don't know what for. You don't never allow me to turn it on.
Hush up.
Network premiere, Money, Power, and Murder, tonight.
21, 108. Stay with us. We'll have a post-game guest. We'll try to get Mark Aguirre for you after this timeout.
Will it affect either of these teams?
Normally, Vern, you would say no. I think a veteran football team would enjoy it. They'd kind of get a kick out of it. Maybe the kickers wouldn't, but I believe a veteran team would kind of enjoy the hype that surrounds this game. But an inexperienced football team with youth like the Dallas Cowboys have, I would have to say that, yes, it will have an effect on a younger football team. And I don't think there's any denying that. The players themselves might try to hide it, but I think it'll have an effect.
Then on Open House, did Ted get some bad news from the doctor? Or is he just allergic to Linda?
I deserve to be slapped.
Tonight at 9 on Fox 5.
Fisher knows you can add a lot of flavor enhancers to dry roasted peanuts, but Fisher wouldn't think of it. Fisher deep roasts for honest-to-goodness peanut flavor. Why add anything to a taste this good?
Ah, Socrates. Or was that Plato?
Fisher dry roasted peanuts, for goodness sake.
Read Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. It's the owner's manual for the human mind. Get your copy today at Walden Books.
Lion-O, and tigers, and bears. Oh my, what a triple header featuring LaSalle's Lionel Simmons and a clash between Missouri and Memphis State. Wednesday night, live on ESPN. The search for great family films is finally over. There's plenty for everybody on the Disney Channel.
Love it, I love it, I love it.
First, there's our premiere films produced exclusively for the Disney Channel. Robert Urich stars as a wrestling coach who must come to grips with his past.
I wanted you to succeed where I had failed. If I show my face up there, I go directly to jail.
Robert Urich is Spooner.
Philadelphia at the end of one.
You want to hear about the cars you could win? We'll start at the top. We've got the Hyundai Excel up there. Then we come down to the Geo Metro, followed by the Toyota Tercel, the Honda Civic, the Volkswagen Fox under Marjorie. The Ford Escort has nothing to do with Marjorie. The Jeep Wrangler, popular, and the Chevrolet Cavalier.
Introducing Pearl iLab Express. Same great people, same great quality eyewear, same fast 1-hour service. And to celebrate, free glasses. Just present the coupon from newspapers and magazines. When you buy 1 pair of glasses, you'll get a 2nd pair free. Now at Pearl iLab Express.
Leave the world out there. You know you've done your share. Now you're on your way to the place where it's okay. Toll House, it's good to be home.
Chocolatey, warm Toll House cookies made only with Nestle Toll House morsels. Make your house a Toll House.
Toll House, it's good to be home.
And try Nestle Toll House ready-to-bake cookie dough. They home bake in 10 minutes. Find them in your grocer's freezer.
Detergent and fabric softener in one. Solo gives you a clean so soft, it's actually fluffed up higher with softness.
No, don't feel good.
Next time, get Solo. It cleans with a softness you can't forget.
Oh, the old pump and grind. It can really strip your braking power. So why not give yourself a break and take your brakes to Meineke? We'll analyze your whole brake system, pinpoint the problem, and put a stop to the old pump and grind. At Meineke, we fix life's bad brakes. That's good news.
Good luck. Off you go.
1, 3,
Nope.
4, 6,
Nope.
1, 6,
Correct.
7, 9,
Nope.
10, 3,
Right. That takes care of the G.
12, 13,
Nope.
15, 13,
Right.
2, 9,
Yes.
12, 8,
Nope.
5, 12,
Right. Only 2 more to go.
11, 4,
Yep.
14,
You can dance
7.
now.
That's your wife? It's too bad.
She-Devil.